Of course, we know by now, and indeed we have known this all along before we started this series of discussions on leadership, that leadership emanates from the people. Without people, we cannot talk of leadership at all. As we have seen in our earlier discussions, leadership comes with certain fundamental obligations. We have looked at several such obligations, and today we'll look at one more. Unity is strength. So says that famous maxim, which you already know, I'm sure. Yes, unity is much, much more than just strength. Unity is synergy. Unity is immensity of strength. When people are united, they can achieve immense results. You can do an experiment to test that. If you have two people work separately, you put the sum of what they do together and then have them work together as an organized team of two. And then you compare the results. There are certain tasks which become possible only when people work together as a team unitedly. For example, if you have a heavy weight which requires more than one person, you have one person try to carry it, nothing happens. You have the next one try, nothing happens. If you have 10 men or 10 women working separately, carrying such weights, they'll achieve a total of 0 results. But if they unite and they carry one weight at a time, they'll achieve immensity of synergy. That's how synergy works. Why is that important? Everybody who comes into leadership must know the value and necessity of unity. Even then, we must always understand that unity is a virtue. In other words, unity is for use for positive purposes only. Of course, people unite for evil purposes, but that is undesirable. We don't want that at all. Unity is intentionally intended by modern humanity to be for only good purposes. For example, people working to achieve a certain goal, they can unite and achieve it quicker, faster, more efficiently. If they are disunited, they never achieve it at all. If you have a community that's united, they develop quicker, faster, and better. They achieve greatness effectively. But if they are disunited, greatness would be a tantalizing mirage for them. So, as we see, unity is essential for positive things. Every leader that comes into leadership may or may not have a clear or at least a vague vision. In fact, some leaders come into leadership without any vision at all. Others enter into leadership without even knowing what visions are. But that's no problem. Every good leader who comes into leadership, or whoever aspires to be a good leader, must develop a vision before coming into leadership, or at least immediately after entering leadership. Any such a vision must of necessity include unity as a core value. Why is that? Of course, here we have seen the answer in the maxim that we mentioned. Unity is strength, and it's actually much, much more. Unity is synergy. People working separately or living as hermits, like islands, would achieve no good results. Development for them as a community would be a tantalizing mirage. But if they come together, they unite, they achieve greatness. Unity is important. Everyone who comes into leadership is thus fundamentally obligated to ensure that unity is only for good purposes. Let us summarize. Unity is strength. Any leader must unite people. Any leader must unite people for good purposes. Unity is only for good purposes only. Every leader is fundamentally obligated to ensure that the people he leads are always united. Even then, their unity must only be for good purposes. Uniting for evil purposes is undesirable, and we don't like it. Unity is only for good purposes. That must always be stressed. So every leader must know that uniting people for only good purposes is a fundamental leadership obligation that he or she must never ever derogate from.